So I'm sitting here inviting people to join me for dinner this Friday night, and then this shows up on my newsfeed. Busy is the new stupid. Then I'm on LinkedIn connecting with some people, and it shows up again. Busy is the new stupid. At this point, I need to stop and watch.
You control your time, and that sitting and thinking may be a much higher priority than a normal CEO who, you know, there's all this demand and you feel like you need to go and see all these people. It's not a proxy of your seriousness that you filled every minute in your schedule.
And people are going to want your time.
Yeah,
and it's the only thing you can't buy. I mean, I can buy anything I want, basically, but I can't buy time.
And so to have time is the most precious thing you can have.
I better be careful with it, man. There's no way I will be able to buy more time.
I love this.
You know, I had every minute packed, and I thought that was the only way you could do things. And, you know, the fact that he is so careful about his
Can I
time.
show this to the audience? Yeah. This is the week of April, of which there are only 3 entries for a week.
Yeah, there'll be 4 maybe by April.
And so there it is, Warren Buffett explaining that his schedule is not packed at all, and he leaves lots of time to read and think, and that is clutch to being one of the most successful investors ever. Excuse me, Warren, you got billions of dollars, of course you can sit there, think, and billions of dollars, of course you can sit there and think. The rest of us have to work 40, 50, 60 hours trying to crush it. You know how it is. Unbelievable. Warren! What's going on, buddy? But then I remembered something. A mentor of mine showed me this insight in the Torah. In Parshas Vayera, it says that Moses went up to the children of Israel and he said exactly what Hashem told him to say. The Torah tells us that Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, did not listen to Moses. They couldn't hear from Kotze Ruach and Avodah Kasha. The bondage that the Egyptians inflicted upon the Jews was unimaginable. Imagine the U.S. Marines walk into the concentration camps, tell the Jews it's time to go, and all they do is look up and they get back to work. They don't even hear. So what is it that prevents us from hearing? The Gur Aryeh explains that it's obvious that they're out of breath from the difficult labor. So then what is Kotze Ruach? Shortness of breath. Avodah Kasha, difficult labor, is referring to physical malnourishment, not getting enough sleep, not eating properly, not exercising, not taking care of your physical body.
And Kotze Ruach, shortness of breath, that's worry. Worry. There's so much on the to-do list, so many things you have to get done that you can't hear the world around you.
Suddenly I understood what good old Warren was talking about. When we're so focused on the to-do list, we're doing something wrong. We can't hear, we can't think, we don't have clarity of mind, we don't have peace of mind. When we're so focused on our to-do list, we're doing something wrong. We need to make time to catch our breath, to think, to contemplate, to understand the world around us, to breathe deep. This pressing pause, you could pray, you could meditate, some people go to the gym, whatever it is for you. But to press pause from the to-do list is clutch. Worrying is not fun for anyone. But let's take it a step further. Even Warren Buffett couldn't have thought of this one. In the Torah, the more literal translation is usually the deeper understanding. Listen. In Egypt, the Jews were so sunken into their idolatrous ways. The Egyptian culture was one of idolatry. It was they worshipped the sun, the moon, the stars, everything physical. They couldn't see beyond the physical to the deeper source of all life, the source of all being, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the infinite one above time and space, the creator of time and space. They worshipped deities that were in nature. The longer the Jews were in Egypt, the more they sunk into that mentality, that culture, that philosophy, that outlook, and became more engulfed in that culture. The further they sunk, the more difficult it was for them to see Hashem. The Medrash tells us Avodah Kasha was Avodah Zarah. Strange service is the literal translation. Idolatry is how we would probably translate it in English. That's what prevented them from hearing Moses. Moses said, it's time to go. This Mashiach thing that your great-grandparents told you about, he's here. It's time to go. We got to get out of here. But no one could hear him. It was the Avodah Zarah. It was that they were so sunken into the mentality of the Egyptian idolatry. That is why they couldn't hear. And it was as a result of that sinking, Kotze Ruach, They're cutting off of spirit is the literal translation. Kotze ruach. They were short of breath, or they were cut off. Their souls were cut off from that deeper dimension of the universe. These two factors, the avodah zarah, the idolatry, and the distancing, the cutting off of one's soul from the deeper dimension of the universe, those were the two contributing factors why they could not hear Moses. They were unable to hear Moses, and therefore they stayed in Egypt. They couldn't fathom that the God above time and space, who created time and space, was actually able to beat the Egyptian gods, the false gods, and take them out of Egypt, above nature. Take a time out from your newsfeed. Think, breathe deep. Busy is the new stupid. You need to make time to think. Those who can't hear this video probably can't make a move.